go to. Damn it!
Keep going. Don't stop. Hold on. Wait.
I know. I'm not
Go
stopping.
like this. Use your hand and just, wipe. Manual wipe. Okay.
This episode is brought to you by HelloFresh. Go to HelloFresh.com/80CAGcast and use code 80CAGcast to get a total of $80 off your first box.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to CAGcast episode number 649. I'm your host, GPD, here in Long Island, New York. And as always, we're joined by the master of the ad read, Wombat. Thank you for messing that up because I didn't have anything prepared.
It gave
to say.
you something, yeah, and I trust me, that could have been a whole lot worse.
Right, and I didn't realize I had nothing to say until just this very moment. So you saved the day, Wombat. Thank you.
Yeah, see, it could have been worse. Could have been worse.
You could have a mosquito just flying around.
For those who can't tell by the sound of my voice, I have a very nasty cold. But
I can't tell, actually. You sound fine to me.
Do I sound fine? Because I feel like I don't.
You sound totally. I wouldn't. If you didn't say anything, honestly, if you didn't say anything before the show, I wouldn't have noticed. You do sound a little low energy.
It's the funny thing is for the most part, I feel basically fine. But there's a section of me right here that feels like dead ass. But everything else around that section
is it your ass?
100% dead ass from here down. Ooh, hit the mic. Yeah. So, also I have this here for later. This is my NyQuil.
Right.
So we're gonna shoot this at some point during the show, probably around Fortnightly News. I'm gonna take a shot of NyQuil.
I'm talking. At some point, you can do that.
I mean, I'm gonna fall asleep either way. It might as well be.
I've got some topics coming up. Yes, later in the show that'll be perfect NyQuil topics.
Some Switch review games.
Oh yeah, it's there.
How did I know?
Yeah.
Right. Wombat, don't forget to hydrate.
I got one water here and one water there.
Right. I got some espresso, a cappuccino, something.
You can't hydrate with espresso.
Right, but I have water also. So welcome to the show, everybody. Shipwreck, how you doing?
I'm doing well.
No cold over there?
No cold. Staying healthy.
Right. Oh, speaking of cold, I got to turn off my air conditioner.
That's probably a good idea. Get to be that nice balmy 78 degrees in there.
Right. So I forgot to turn it on ahead of time, and now I forgot to turn it off. So everything's going very poorly. I did it.
Good job.
So we have a lot to talk about this week. Actually, there was a Jeff Keighley. The summer of Jeff Keighley continues.
I feel like I've missed everything this week, so I'm looking forward to learning.
It was today, Wombat.
I was I'm off this week. I know.
We can tell you are.
I'm off work. I know. I'm off work this week. The kids are home all week. Right. We've been doing things every day. I have a cold. Elliot had thankfully now I can say his last appointment with the plastic surgeon this morning. Mm-hmm. So that went well because he looked at him and he goes, yeah, he's fine. He can go home. That was basically the whole appointment.
Right.
He looks fine. Massage it twice a day. And my wife goes, how long do we need to do that for? And he goes, a year.
Oh.
So
well, can't he massage it himself?
That's what we said. We're like, you're going to have to learn how to rub your own damn face.
It's a face rub.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Also, he watched The Dark Knight for the first time the other day.
Oh, so he saw his...
He saw the Joker, and now he walks around the house. I'm not making this up. He goes, did I ever tell you how I got this scar?
Right.
Because
I thought he would associate it more with Two-Face.
Yeah. No, Two-Face scared him.
Right, yeah, fuck yeah. Two-Face scared Ty, and he's a couple years older.
Yeah, which, that was fun.
Yeah.
But, yeah, he likes to make up a different story now. Like... the Joker does in the movie on how he got the scar.
He fell off a bunk bed while trying to bring a laptop up.
Yeah, that's not a cool story. Videos. We're going with motorcycle accident. he was driving.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
As a 10-year-old.
As a 10-year-old.
Would.
Well, then there was this bus full of nuns coming in the other direction, and he had a choice to make: scar or hit the nuns. And
Right.
So.
People are complaining about your video angle, Wombat. I told you.
Oh, I know. I see that. People are saying that my angle looks like my beard is green. There's a green light on the microphone. So when it hits my face, it does.
Oh,
it does
look at
make
that!
my
Yeah,
beard look a little green. There's nothing. I guess I could put a piece of tape over the light, but whatever.
Or over your face.
I could lean back.
No, that doesn't work for using a microphone.
No, that doesn't work for anyone.
It looks like you're being there's a sniper trying to off you, but they're using they paid for the extra DLC and got the green scope, the green laser rather. Yeah, I didn't notice that.
Yeah, whatever.
You're not. What mic are you using? The Shure mic? Same one.
Shure mic. Yeah.
Oh.
We have the same one. If I move this way.
Oh yeah, there it is on your
Yeah.
eye.
Yeah.
He has a green eye.
Fucking.
Yep.
They probably don't make this mic anymore. We've had those mics for a long time. Welcome to Mic Chat
Yeah, seriously.
with your host Michael.
Microphone.
We have a lot of. Actually, we got it. Well, maybe I should read the show feedback, Wombat, if you want to.
Oh yeah, I didn't even add it. Yeah.
Well, I added. We got actually a lot in the show chat here while we were waiting for the show to start. This one is from Jay Skelly. He said, "This is the first full live CAGcast I've tuned into, and I've been listening since I was 13. I'll be 25 in just 2 weeks. Just wanted to take an opportunity to make you guys feel old. Thank you. My birthday's in 2 weeks also.
That's right. You'll be what, 54?
26, actually. Just so a year older than this guy, somehow. I don't know about the math on that. Actually, I'm really excited because I thought I was going to be 48 this year, but I'm only going to be 47.
Oh, congrats.
Yes, I feel like until like 2 months ago, I thought I was turning 48, and I was like, well, but now I feel really good.
Good.
Thank you. And then here's one from Shoeless JP. He said he started listening when he was in high school, and now he's a 28-year-old adult.
Dropout.
He's still in high school.
Right. One day he hopes to get out of
He
there.
keeps getting older, and they stay the same age.
Right. At least he has the CAGcast. And also, lastly, Darkness is complaining. He says, "Can we start a GoFundMe for Chibi to buy some new shirts?" I have a lot of this specific shirt, so it's
He's got 28 of that specific shirt.
No, I have 5 of them.
He's just waiting for Red Dawn.
Do you really? You have 5 of that exact same shirt?
I have 5. This is how tall people who need freak sizes buy clothing. They find something that they really like, and then they know it's just a very small window when that item is going to be available for purchase. And that window is like a year, maybe. So unless it's something that's very expensive, which this was not, this is a Nike t-shirt, I immediately went back and ordered more. And especially I watched for them to go on sale. Mm-hmm. So I picked them up for 25% off. Nike makes the best tall clothing out of all the tall brands
anymore.
Is that a tall size?
It might be.
Let's see the t-shirt.
Oh, can you see it?
No. There's a big
like
microphone.
A snow leopard. It's a snow leopard.
Oh, I can make it out now. Okay.
That's the head of a snow leopard.
Is this the zoo shirt?
This is last year's zoo shirt. I didn't get this year's yet.
Oh, bro.
Because they didn't send the you need to have like your coupon to get the free shirt. It's supposed to come in the mail, but with all the mail issues, it didn't show up in time for a zoo visit. So that's okay. I'll go back to the zoo.
Darkness wants to know why I didn't just get different colors. I did. Trust me. I have a lot. Just for fun, I should lay all these shirts out on the bed at once, and then people will call the police probably. Anyway, let's. Here's one from Z Frick who wrote in, and he says, "Wombat, I'm late, but I listened to the 15-year anniversary cast, and thanks for convincing Chibi to do the show all those years ago. Both you and Shipwreck have provided a wealth of entertainment in this 13 years I've been listening. Also, I've been meaning to mention Wombat has ruined the end of every other podcast for me now because they don't end with the phrase bread's done. I feel like I've been left hanging." I think you might have OCD. I'm not a doctor, but...
You're not?
Okay, I am a doctor, but
then
I'm
why
a very
did I
humble
let you
doctor.
touch me there?
Shall we move to watch this, bitches?
Yes.
I feel like it's early, but
What do you want from me?
I think we're right on schedule.
Yeah, this is 10 minutes in. We're
Okay.
getting into the stuff we watched. There's a good chunk of it there.
right. I wonder if the video quality looks any better for the people watching at home because I checked off the box on Zoom that says enable hardware acceleration. So you are watching hardware accelerated video right now.
I just like to lean over enough so my glasses look like Elijah Wood in the Sin City movie.
Yeah, you definitely have that vibe going.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
it. He's the best character in that movie, probably. I was just thinking of watching that again. That's funny that you mentioned it.
He is not the best character in that movie.
He's a pretty good character. He's pretty
Right. I'm trying to think of the other characters in that movie, and he is the first character you think of.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got the
yeah.
Bruce Willis. You got a yellow person,
You got Smash Face.
Smash Face. You
What's
got
his
Mickey
name?
Rourke.
Yeah.
Get the girl.
That's exactly who I meant.
Yep, there's lots of girls in that movie.
Hmm.
Jessica Alba. That's it.
That's
Right?
who it was. Yes.
Should we move to Watch Us Bitches?
Yeah. Well, watched a lot of trailers and things.
I did. I watched a lot of that DC fandom.
Fandom.
DC
Which
fandom.
Which is a recurring thing now.
Yeah, there's gonna be another one. It's gonna be this one you'll like because it's gonna be DC Kids fandom.
Well, there's two more. There's
Oh,
this was like Hall of Heroes, and then the next one's DC fandom something something, and then there's DC Kids fandom.
I have a
Probably gonna
question.
keep running with them.
I like it.
What's the
Yes.
significance of the dome in the name? Is there some sort of, does it take place
It's-
inside the dome?
Yes, there's like a big virtual reality dome thing that
Right.
it takes place in.
So really not. It's just a green screen and somebody
yeah, it's a
drew
green
dome.
screen and someone stands there and
It
goes,
could have been anything.
"Come, you won't believe who we have next." And then it's Zachary Levi, and you're supposed to pretend you're excited to see
Right.
him.
In a dome.
And
But
it's
it's not
him.
even a
Oh my
dome.
God, it's Chuck Shazam.
I like him.
Yeah,
I like Shazam.
that's his name, right? Chuck Shazam.
Yes.
Mhm.
So what'd you watch in DC Fuckfest?
I watched the Batman trailer.
I watched
For
it
the-
3
for the
times just to
Batman.
see if it was good. I couldn't decide. It was so dark that the compression on YouTube made it look really shitty. So I kept trying to get it to look better, which
I
was
see.
hard. It was
I
not
mean, I like
successful.
this. I like the part where he beats the guy up, like brutally beats
Well,
him
who
into
doesn't like that? That's
to,
the whole
to
point
near
of the movie.
coma. But other than that, like I need more. I need to know more.
Shipwreck has a theory about any movie that uses slowed down Nirvana music in the trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
I did
that's-
not watch this trailer after you told me that.
I know.
They
I
did
knew
a
that.
slowed down Nirvana cover or something over top of it.
Yeah. hmm
That's a warning sign. You
Was it deserving of that treatment?
No. No.
Perfect.
No. Not only that, but no trailers. Anytime you're in a room and I'm assuming 40-something-year-old looks at the trailer and goes, "You know what we should do? We should slow down Nirvana song X and put it." That person should immediately be fired.
Right.
Yeah. It's no.
Batman and Nirvana should never really mix.
Yeah, that's not even sped up Nirvana.
Right.
That's not. They don't mix together.
Nah. Excuse me.
No.
That doesn't mix either. The Batman. What is
What do you think Batman listens to? Do we know what Batman listens to?
classical music?
Der Fledermaus.
I don't get
What?
It's an opera about bats.
it. Oh my god.
Oh,
Jeez, Wanda.
man.
What an intellectual you are.
Right.
It's what the opera they see in Batman Begins.
Oh my god. What a nerd you are. Excuse me. I take it back.
It's a combination of both.
At first, I thought you were part of the East Coast elite media, but then I just realized you were a big nerd.
Yeah.
Could be both, I guess.
Yep.
I don't know. Yeah.
And
Is
I
he-
agree with Foxhound Adam. Batman listens to Billy Joel.
What? No, he does not.
Exclusively Billy Joel.
Only people on Long Island listen.
Yeah,
to
that's
Billy
just a
Joel.
Long Island thing where you cross on the Long
He
Island.
just has,
and all you
he
hear
just
is
has
Billy
really
Joel.
bad taste, and he tells everyone about it too. I bet Bruce Wayne is at parties like, "This album right here," and he points to 52nd Street.
Right.
Have you ever listened to this album? This album right here on vinyl, and he puts it on, and everyone leaves his house.
He doesn't ever listen to anything in the comics or anything. Just
I don't think so.
hmm.
Yeah, I was gonna say I forgot Saturday Night Live was they met Spider-Man. So we know. I think he hung out with them dressed up as the Blues Brothers. So we know that Spider-Man listens to the Blues Brothers, but I don't think we ever found out who Batman listens to.
Robert Pattinson's Batman, I don't think listens to
The
music
Blues
at
Brothers?
all or anything. He
Hmm.
looks dirty. He looks like he needs a shower, and he's not a rich man, basically. He's wearing eye makeup.
Yeah.
He looks
So-
more
so-
like the Crow. People pointed out that the trailer looks like the Crow, and Crow is like a poor ghost, right? He's not
I
a
like
rich-
the Crow.
He was
when
not
it
a
came
rich
out.
ghost. No,
He was a poor
he was
ghost.
not a rich ghost. He was not
Oh,
a
I
rich
thought you
ghost.
meant like he was a poor ghost, as in he was bad at
No,
being
he
a
had no
ghost.
money. He
No,
could
just
be
that
dirty.
he wasn't
Oh.
well off as being a dead
Gotcha.
person.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. If you were a rich, like if Bruce Wayne dies and he comes back as a ghost, he would appear to be well kept, I feel.
Gentleman Ghost is an actual comic book character.
Yeah. He's not going to have, his clothes won't be dirty. He's not going to be all messed up. His hair's going to look good. I feel like, the Crow, he looked like he slept in a dumpster. The ghost, that is.
Yeah, I understand.
Because he probably did. He's, well, ghosts don't need to. Anyway, anything
Did you
else
watch-
from.
There was the Suicide Squad teaser, which actually made it look like it might be okay. Like at least it understands what kind of movie it's supposed to be.
Is this the movie or
Unlike-
the game we're talking about?
The movie, Suicide
Okay.
Squad, the movie.
They're making a
James
Suicide
Gunn's-
Squad movie? Didn't they make one already? I think I
Yes,
saw it.
and
This is the reboot.
this is
thing.
the soft reboot because it still has Margot Robbie and Jai Courtney in it.
But it's got James Gunn directing, right?
But it has James Gunn directing, director of the two Guardians of the Galaxy movies. And this time they're actually doing what the Suicide Squad does in comic books, which is like go into countries and places where the US government can't for political reasons
Right.
and try to, solve a war that's going on.
Like
As
the
opposed-
A-Team.
Yeah, like the A-Team, but in South America.
Got it.
As opposed to the first movie where they stopped a witch from taking over Chicago, which is like a Justice League thing,
Okay.
not a Suicide Squad thing.
I feel like it's too early to make another movie, though. Just saw that movie, I feel.
People can't get enough Suicide Squad. People are just
You know,
clamoring for that
was-
Suicide Squad.
I was out today and we played mini golf with another family, and the little girl said to me, "When are they making another Suicide Squad?"
Mhm.
And I said, "You're in luck. You're in luck, little girl."
Dreams can
To
come
be
true.
to be fair, that first Suicide Squad is one of the better DC universe.
Yeah,
Movies.
it's top 5.
It
which
is. Like I'm not putting like of the current generation, not of course not the
Yeah.
Nolan Batmans, but of the like true
The
DC
DC
universe,
Yeah. Which
That's
they say they're
one of
they
the better actual
explained-
movies.
They even explained that they're dropping that altogether. They explained that during the fandom. Now they have a multiverse, which is better than a congruent universe. A multiverse is better because then they can do whatever they want in each movie. And
They
not
can
have to
reboot
worry.
stuff constantly.
Yeah,
they get, they get
don't-
something right.
It means the writer of one movie doesn't need to actually watch the other movies.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
do it whatever.
Yep.
Just get a script to us.
Oh man, it is what it is. That's what I have to say. The sad part is I'm going to see all these movies. So
Oh yeah, you will.
I know. I might even like one or two.
I'm sure that Suicide Squad movie will be fun.
Yeah, I'm sure. Well, I do
Only
feel
if
a little
Will
more
Smith is in it.
comfortable with.
He's not.
Oh,
No,
that's
they
not
have
gonna
Idris
be
Elba
fun.
instead.
They
Who?
got rid
Idris
of the
Elba.
guy
Oh, better.
who
He's
carried
much
the
better.
last movie.
I like Idris Elba.
Oh, he's the best.
Yeah.
Do you know the song Boasty?
No.
He freestyles on that song, and it's really
Okay.
good. He's a DJ too. Did you
I
that?
know he is. He also did a show where he was a DJ.
Really? What's the show?
Yeah. It's on Netflix. I don't know what it's called.
That show you don't know. Finally, we found one. The one I want to watch.
So
Okay.
what other movie they had? Black Adam. They showed something
Yes.
about that, right?
Yeah,
The
they
Rock?
showed The Rock's going to be Black Adam, and then they showed the Justice Society's going to be in that. Hawkman,
Oh, okay.
Adam Smasher,
Right.
not the Adam
Right.
Smasher.
No clue.
See the
He's
one
a
that
Jewish
grows?
guy that grows really big.
I knew it. Yes. I know all the Jewish superheroes.
Yeah,
We
he's
have
like
to study them. We
He's
study
like
them in
one
Hebrew
of the
school.
3 Jewish superheroes.
Right. Ben
And they
Grimm.
got an Italian guy to play him in the movie. So, they couldn't find any Jewish actors.
It's close
It's
enough.
really hard.
Close enough. It's like when they get Chinese people to play Japanese people in movies. Happens all the time.
Yep.
They also had some games associated with that event, right? They had the Suicide Squad game. It was just a.
We're talking about that now. We were going to talk about that later.
I don't know what the fuck.
You
Talk
mean
about
like
anything.
3 years when we talk about
Yeah, when we
When
talk
the
about
game
games.
comes out.
Yes, they have the Suicide Squad game. They showed a teaser for. That's the Rocksteady game that they've been working on the last 5 years.
Where
that
is it?
ended-
What? No more game. It's just a movie.
And then they said it's coming out in 2022, which, as far as I'm concerned, I need to make it to the end of 2020 before I can comprehend that 2022 is coming.
It's just as likely to come out in 2023 at this point. Like it just means nothing. They
It's
don't know.
it's a
And they don't
still
meaningless
think
date.
we're all going to be high on Suicide Squad in 2022?
It's
as high as
very
we are right
possible.
now?
Yeah, they might time it right and have it be like, now's the time for Suicide Squad when the movie comes out.
When the
we'll all
third
be
reboot
ready
comes
for
out.
it. Yeah, and we're
Time it
like,
with a
here
third
it
reboot.
is. Here it is, James Gunn, Suicide Squad, the game. It's gonna be amazing. And then
done it again, Gunn.
Yep.
All right.
They also showed the new Batman game. Well, whatever it is, Arkham something, Arkham Buddies,
Knights of
Arkham
Gotham,
Pals.
Gotham Knights,
Gotham Knights, correct.
Gotham Knights.
Gotham Babies.
4-player co-op.
That looked good.
Yeah.
Batman's dead, and Batman's friends have to
Not be dead.
not be dead. Yeah.
Friends of Batman.
That's
It's
pretty
called.
much it.
They're called FOBs.
They get they get all Batman's goodies because he's dead. He doesn't need them anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And now they have a game.
I like the fobs. The fobs are fun.
They're fine. I like them too. You got the night, Nightwing.
He kind of
And-
such, but the other ones I like.
right,
Nightwing's
he's the
my
one I don't
favorite.
like.
Yeah,
my
Nightwing's
favorite.
terrible.
Batgirl, Batwoman.
Batgirl, Red Hood is pretty.
Which
pretty
one is in it?
badass.
Batwoman or Batgirl? Who's in it?
Batgirl?
Batgirl.
Although I wouldn't be surprised if they added more characters and you have a Batwoman in there at some point.
Right.
I'm also not convinced that Batman doesn't show up near the end.
Are you convinced that Batman may not be dead?
I'm convinced that Batman's not dead, but I'm more convinced that he shows up in the game, and all of a sudden it's like, hey, look at me, motherfuckers.
Right. For 1999, Batman
Right.
could
That's
show
what I
up
was
in the
thinking.
game. I feel.
Yeah.
I was thinking $29.99, but yes.
Good point.
It
looks good, though.
here. I'm Batman.
And they said you could play it offline, Wombat.
Yes.
You can pause the game. It sounds like
Nice.
they need a Twitter account. You know, they have like, can you pet the cat?
Oh, can you pause it?
Can you pause the game?
Can you pause it?
That's your big break, Wombat.
I doubt it.
You run
but
that Twitter account, you could make dozens of dollars.
I could be like, Forza Horizon 4, can you pause it? No.
But hats.
Yeah.
Is that it for DC Fan Fest?
I think we
games?
fandomed it out.
I watched a Batman movie this week.
Which one?
I watched the Batman versus Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
Oh,
I
it's
heard
good.
that one's pretty good.
It is good.
That one's good.
It is
So
good.
much better than the one I watched last week, Deathstroke movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's weird because it's like 95% of the tone of that movie would be appropriate for children. And then the other 5% are like, oh, we're going to just behead some people or have Shredder just totally stab somebody who just bleeds out.
Right. That's the problem with a lot of the R-rated DC movies is that you often feel like they've actually just added gross stuff to a movie that already would just be fine without it, just to get the rating.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that one would do better if it was aimed for kids. Like I understand that turtles have like a dark side to them as well.
Right.
But let's be honest, the kids turtles what's making the bank, not
Right.
the
PG-13
it's
is
not-
fine.
Yeah.
right. But I like that one. That one was good.
Right. What, is that it? Is that it for our comprehensive DC coverage?
I mean, I've already mentioned that I watched Elliot and I watched both Batman Begins and The Dark Knight over the weekend.
Was he bored by Begins?
No, he actually said he liked Begins a little bit more.
Scarecrow was pretty scary in that.
Mm-hmm. Not only that, but he didn't know anything. It was kind of fun to go in blind on a
Oh,
movie.
sure. I would be actually afraid to show that one to Ty because the Scarecrow.
And he didn't know who the main villain was going to be.
Right.
And he doesn't know the Scarecrow's name is Jonathan Crane. He
Jonathan
doesn't know-
Crane,
Yeah,
yes.
he doesn't know that. So when he put the mask on the first time, he literally jumped off the seat and was like, "Oh my God, it's a Scarecrow!" I'm like, "Yeah."
Yeah.
Aren't you glad you waited and stuck it out? And the twist at the end, he's like, "Wait a minute, he was Ra's al Ghul the whole time." I'm like, "Yep, he was the whole time."
Shit, now I want to watch that.
Mm-hmm.
I watched the movie this weekend, and I know somebody else did too here. It's called The One and Only Ivan. I think that's what it's called.
That's the name of that movie.
Is that the correct title?
I watched
That's
that.
the talking gorilla movie that I haven't watched.
It's on Disney Plus. It's a Disney Plus
Mm-hmm.
movie.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually all really enjoyed it in this household. Some tears were shed by me.
I was going to say, you tell me right now, does the gorilla die in the end?
I'm not
No.
going to tell you that.
That's a yes.
No.
I mean, eventually.
It's based on a true story. It features talking animals. You know, they obviously computer generated. They've done a really good job,
Like
in this,
Santa buddies.
but looks good. They
It
spent
looks-
some bucks on this.
It looks like they took all the tech from Jungle Book and Lion King,
Yeah.
and they made a movie that was good out of that tech.
Right. The key being like it's a normal length movie for a family movie. It's like an hour and a half or something like that. Very reasonable. The acting was really good. I thought like Sam Rockwell was really good, and so was Danny
He's
DeVito.
the monkey, the gorilla.
He's the gorilla. Danny DeVito is the dog. It's about a
Bryan
circus.
Cranston is the man.
Who? Oh, Bryan Cranston. Yeah, he was very good. It's about a circus that's in a shopping mall, and the gorilla within. I won't tell you anything else about it, but it's very interesting to see a Disney movie that doesn't have a villain in it, as like a person as a villain.
I once saw a circus in a flea market.
Sounds sad,
It was very sad. And in the middle of the circus, they had a movie screen,
right?
and they were showing Groundhog's Day.
In case you were bored by the circus, you could watch the
Yes,
movie.
there were literally elephants walking around the movie screen that was showing Groundhog's Day. And if you got bored of that, you could just turn around and buy a machete.
Do you think maybe the movie was for the elephants?
Wait, I'll give you each two guesses. What state was I in at the weapons selling circus movie flea market?
Texas.
I think I've been to this place, and it's in Florida.
That is correct. It is in Florida.
I think I've been to this the same exact place. The circus is no longer there.
Fort Lauderdale
Probably
Swap
not.
Shop.
But it is a drive-in. It is the Lauderdale swap shop.
It might be. It might.
Yeah,
might
no,
have
it
been,
totally
yeah,
is.
Probably.
It's the
yeah.
Fort Lauderdale swap shop.
Mm-hmm.
There's an amusement park as well. And there's a really good arcade in there that has classic cars in the arcade.
Oh, Florida. Never change.
Have you not been there, Cheapy?
No,
You're the only one of us that have not.
And my grandma lived in Fort Lauderdale, so or near Fort Lauderdale, so.
That's where my aunt and uncle live.
Oh well,
So
missed
that's why that
opportunities.
checks.
I think I've talked about the swap shop on the CAGcast before.
Mm.
Checks out.
Yeah, I feel like you need to go. The actual flea market part of that part is absolutely terrible and makes you feel horrible for being there. But
Why? What are they selling?
Guns.
There's some weapons. It's all
Guns with blood
knockoff.
on them.
Yeah, it's all knockoff stuff. Like it's not like flea markets around here that I go to are like people made something, or it's like antique-y type stuff. Like here's secondhand type stuff. The swap shop is like here's a bunch of knockoff Nintendos that aren't real, and here's some socks that don't have quite the right swoosh on them.
Some fun Tendos.
Yeah. It's
So you're saying the circus is the reason to go?
this. They probably buried the circus underneath one of the many drive-in theaters that they have there.
Anyway, The One and Only Ivan, very good family movie. If you have Disney Plus, you should definitely watch it.
Oh, is that what we were talking about?
Yes, that's usually.
What else did you watch?
We watched the first episode of The Vow, which is on HBO.
What's that?
That's the documentary about the Nexium cult. I think that's what it's called. I had never heard of it, but it was pretty much a big deal.
Is that? That's the cult, the one with the girl from Smallville.
Yes, I only watched the first episode, and somehow I managed to avoid the news about it, so I didn't know anything about it.
That's weird because I know all the news about it.
Right. So don't mention anything else because it's going to be a spoiler for me.
It's very sad. Prepare to be depressed.
Okay. Well, it's very interesting. The first episode is really fascinating. It basically They've set up some sort of organization which is targeted towards executives. It's like a self-help program, and you're learning how to be empathetic. It sounds like a lot like psychotherapy, and you're performing the psychotherapy on the other people in your group. And I don't know, apparently it gets crazy and sex crimes at some point.
Mm-hmm.
So that's The Vow on HBO. I'd recommend that. But there's only one episode out so far. The other show we started watching, I started watching, is Selling Sunset on Netflix. Are you familiar with that, Wombat?
Is that like a reality show?
It is like a reality show that takes place in a real estate office in LA. You haven't seen that at all? It's like a huge hit. It's a huge hit on Netflix.
Yeah, no, I don't care. I'm not a big reality show guy.
First of all, it's the fakest fucking show ever. Like you watch the show and you just can basically see the producer off screen going, "Hey, you guys should fight about this." But intermixed with that, they show really fancy houses in LA, $5 million houses.
I'll stick with Love It or List It.
But you don't get to see like the really cool houses and
I
the fake
Love It or
drama.
Listed houses.
And all the real estate brokers are super hot blondes. The firm, the real estate firm, is owned by twins. Okay, the guys are. I don't think they're as tall as Wombat. They're both bald, and they're both like very, very California fit. So every time they show the company together, it's two twin, really short, bald guys getting towered over by the blonde real estate agents. It's very, very weird. But it's very fake. It's very fake. And it brings back some memories of my commercial real estate days in very small amounts.
You know what I watched?
What's that?
Every now and again, you come across a movie and you're like, "Oh, I need to watch this, just so I could talk about it on this show."
Okay.
So I watched Bloodshot, the Vin Diesel classic that came out earlier this year.
Classic? It's a classic already?
Oh, it's already a classic. Yes, this is the movie where he's dead and brought back to life with nanites, and he's an
Is he rich?
unstoppable. Huh?
Is he rich?
No.
How rich of a ghost is he?
He's a poor ghost
Okay.
brought back to life by rich people.
The rich people will save us.
And he's an unstoppable killing machine. But is he killing the right people?
That's the problem with the billionaires. They will bring us back to life and save us, but only to do their bidding and kill other
Only
people.
to be unstoppable killing machines.
Yes.
But in the end, he kills them.
And he has a heart of gold.
How did you know all of these things without seeing the movie?
It's a tough one to peg.
This movie plays out. Every beat of this movie is exactly what you think is going to happen. There is not one moment in this movie you're like, wait a minute. That guy was bad the whole time? Yeah, no, it doesn't. But that being said, if you I hate everything that's going on in the world right now and I really need to turn my brain off for 2 hours,
Right.
you could do worse than Bloodshot.
You watch The Old Guard.
Yeah. I don't know.
Which is better? Which is better?
I know. I'm really trying to figure that out. The Old Guard might have the slight edge.
To me, I would rate the Old Guard a RoboCop 3 equivalent.
Oh, see, I think it's more in line with the RoboCop 2.
I know you do. That's how we disagree.
Mm-hmm. But Bloodshot is pretty dumb.
RoboCop 2 didn't offend my intelligence so much.
Really?
It offended my...
A robot pulls his head off because he thinks it's a helmet.
Wait, what?
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
Yeah.
I don't
Yeah.
remember that, but that's pretty good.
Oh, in RoboCop. No, that's not what happened in RoboCop 2. That's not what
robot-
happened.
One of the test subjects pulls his head right
Yes,
off.
but not because he thinks it's a helmet. He's killing himself. He's just so horrified that he's been brought back to life. The rich people brought him back to life.
And he goes, ah!
It's a great scene. That's probably the best scene in the movie.
It is the best scene in the movie. It is. Yeah.
That movie is RoboCop 2 is not a bad movie. It's just uneven. They have some really great ideas, and it's just sort of a sequelitis type situation. RoboCop 3 is just an embarrassment to filmmaking. That's the difference.
Yes, but the old guard is not an embarrassment to filmmaking.
It's somewhere between RoboCop 2 and 3.
Fine.
It's like that RoboCop
Done.
TV series that they made in Canada, Prime Directive. It's like there, I would say. Thank you for your cooperation. All right. Let's move on. Here's something that we can all agree upon. It's fine quality. HelloFresh.
Mm-hmm.
Get fresh, pre-measured ingredients and mouth-watering seasonal recipes delivered right to your door with HelloFresh, America's #1 meal kit. HelloFresh lets you skip those trips to the grocery store and makes home cooking fun, easy, and affordable. I didn't write it down. And now
I made a chickpea tagine with almonds and apricots.
That's fancy.
It was with basmati rice, and it had some onions in it, and some jalapeno, and a crema, and it was quite delicious.
Yes.
Both my wife and I joined the Clean Plate Club on that one tonight.
Right. I made the cavatelli. Cavatelli, is that how you say it?
Cavatappi?
That's it. Or is that the animal? One of those is an animal, and one of those is an elbow pasta.
Yeah, the cavatappi.
I made the elbow pasta, not the animal.
Okay.
A bolognese with chicken sausage tonight, and that was a family favorite.
That one's a good one. I've had that one before as well.
Let me make sure I get through all these important. I could do 20 minutes on HelloFresh, but we do have a whole show to get through. So break out of your recipe rut with HelloFresh's bountiful selection of seasonal chef curated recipes. There's something for everyone, including low calorie, vegetarian like Wombat just mentioned, and family friendly recipes every week. HelloFresh cuts out stressful meal planning and prepping so you can enjoy cooking and get dinner on the table in just 30 minutes. Or even 20 minutes with their quick recipe options. The average trip to the grocery store takes 41 minutes. That's over 35 hours a year if you go once a week. That's too much time in the grocery store. Easily change your delivery days or food preferences and skip a week whenever you need. Their app is really... I've watched their app get upgraded over the years because I've been a member for so long. It's pretty comprehensive now. You can do anything that you would expect that you could do on there. Wombat is like dying over there. Poor Wombat. He loves HelloFresh so much. He can't contain his excitement and he's choking. So did I say that I'm going to change it? Yes, I said
You said go to HelloFresh.com/80CAGcast and use code 80CAGcast to get a total of $80 off, including free shipping on your first box. That's HelloFresh.com/80CAGcast and use code 80CAGcast to get $80 off your first box. Additional restrictions apply. Please visit HelloFresh.com for more details.
Thanks, HelloFresh. All right, now I'm hungry again. Let's do some quick game shopping news. As we all know, Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War was announced, and it looks like further evidence that $70 is going to be the new norm for the next gen games, because this is like an industry staple.
The big boys.
The big boys are deciding that $70 is where they want to be.
And if you buy the current gen version for $60 and then get the new console, you get upcharged the $10 if you want to get the upgraded version.
Unless that's only on if you buy the physical version on PlayStation 4. If you buy the physical version on Xbox One, you don't have the option to upgrade to $10. But you can buy the Xbox Series X version of the game and then get the Xbox One version with it.
Guys, Shipwreck's is going to give you his phone number, so when you're in the store, you just give him a call.
Right, I'll let you know how it all.
Yeah.
This sounds so easy and convenient. Where do I sign up?
Right. Smart delivery sounds better. This doesn't sound like smart delivery.
No, this
is
sounds
stupid
like dumb
delivery.
Well, I mean, that's all based upon. I mean, Microsoft can try something, but if the publishers don't want to go for it,
of course, Microsoft has to, if Microsoft subsidized this, Call of Duty would be in smart delivery, for sure.
Correct, and they would be able to upgrade. But since Microsoft says we can't, our upgrades are free, then they don't have the option. Then
right.
Are there any Activision games on Game Pass? No, right?
I'm not sure.
I don't know. You're Mr. Game Pass.
Right.
No, I don't think there are. I think they're like anti.
There's only 3 Activision games, Wombat. So
That's true.
if Call of Duty isn't on there, or the other 2 games they have,
I feel like Wombat should start a separate Game Pass podcast and have Microsoft pay him to do it.
I think that sounds like a fantastic idea.
Just throwing that out there.
Okay.
Everybody write your senator.
did you guys sign up on Sony's website to have the opportunity to possibly pre-order a PlayStation 5?
I said no, thank you. They actually sent me an email. They said please reply back as soon as possible, and I said no, thank you. And they said thank you for replying. That
was nice of you.
Wait, but that didn't happen, did it?
No, it didn't happen.
I'm embarrassed to say that I actually went through with the process, and
Yeah, I did too. Why not? I at least needed to see what the process was,
yeah,
which
I
was
didn't.
simply tell us your PlayStation ID.
yes.
You already have my PlayStation ID. Of
You
course, I
emailed
wanted.
me.
Right, just email me when it's available. Tell me the price. Give me a button to click. I'm gonna buy one. What is this step?
They're trying to figure out what the demand is, I guess. They
The
know
demand is high.
high enough to make
High
it
enough
and
that,
sell
that
it.
you're going to get a whole bunch of people that give you their PlayStation ID information
Right.
back to you
Right.
so that they can possibly pre-order something that they don't know the price of.
Right. They need that piece of information would have been helpful for this experiment, I feel. If they included the price, they would have a much more realistic response in terms of if people are actually buying it or not. But all right, let's do some new releases then.
Sure.
Sure.
Wombat, you sound excited about this.
I am always
What-
excited about
Okay.
this.
I know that we saw this. I don't know if it's Airy in the Secret of Seasons. Is that how you pronounce it? It's ARY.
This sounds familiar. Where did
We
see
we
this?
saw this at E3. This was the platformer where the little character could control the weather and make like ice platforms and stuff like that as you played through.
I'm gonna look at a picture because. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it looked fun. It was
Yeah.
it definitely harkened back to classic 3D platformer type games.
Is this the Korean game? Am I just making making this up?
This is I don't know.
I feel like
We saw it
look.
at the indie event.
yeah.
If that helps you, if that's any closer to Korea for you, I don't know.
I don't know. What do I know? Doesn't really matter, I guess.
But that one looks pretty good. I'm probably going to give that one a shot because it looks like something that my kids would enjoy as well.
Right. No, Brazil.
Close.
Brazil, US, UK, and Brazil. All right. Looks like all right, whatever. That's that. What else?
Wasteland 3.
That's going to be on Game Pass, isn't it?
Tune into the Game Pass podcast. What's a good name for Wombat's Game Pass podcast?
You already paid for it.
It's good. He's good.
You're going to play 45 minutes of this game one time.
No.
Here's the Game Pass podcast. That's what Wombat does. I see his activity on Xbox.
Is that it?
Oh, you know what I actually played a whole lot of is the new Super Lucky's Tale that came
Okay.
out last week.
Let's talk about that then, because I played a lot. I played all of old Super Lucky's Tale.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like the same game but with a better camera or some nonsense.
That's good because the old camera was terrible.
Yeah, and I never played the old one, and I was reading up on it, and I thought it'd be something fun for me to do with children in the house. And I'm up to the Ghost World.
Okay.
Was there a Ghost World in the one you played?
I sure probably.
It's the second to last of them, so I'm like right near the end of the game.
Okay,
So I will probably finish New Super Lucky's Tale on Game Pass.
I remember that was a pretty good platformer
Mm-hmm.
that had a bad camera in spots, and I couldn't tell you much more beyond that.
It's cute. I like the puzzles. You bounce around a lot. You can burn through it fairly quickly. And yeah, it's a fairly easy game. You know, the boss fights I find challenging, which is code for Shipwreck would not. And although they oddly enough a
Refresh
little
my memory
samey.
on any of these boss battles. I can't.
Okay, you fight against the cat who plays disco music, and when the music on the dance floor stops, if you're standing on a red square, you'll get electrocuted. Think like a Saturday Night Fever dance
No,
floor.
I completely understand what you. It's not ringing any bells whatsoever.
Well, I wonder if it's more different
I
than
doubt
I
it
think.
is. I literally can't remember. Like I remember it's a perfectly good platformer.
Yeah,
There's nothing memorable about it though.
some of the levels are side scrolling, some of them are 3D. It's got a lot going on. It's fun.
Hmm,
That is a fun game. And
good.
that is on the Game Pass, and that is relatively newish. So,
What about this Project Cars 3, GP?
I'm not involved in this project, actually. I didn't even know it existed.
Weren't you a Project Cars at some point?
Oh yeah, I still get money from them somehow. Every once in a while, I get like £5 or something.
You don't have
Euros.
any skin in the Project Cars 3 game?
I guess not. I should have. Apparently, it was a good investment the first time around. I don't know. Somehow I dropped the ball on that. But I don't know. I don't know. I couldn't tell you a thing about it. Sorry. I put all my investments into Project Cars too.
Um, anything else on this list? Let's see here.
I've
Uh,
played Immortal Realms Vampire Wars on the Xbox. I see it's coming out for everything now.
Okay.
That's a really unique turn-based strategy game where you're literally a vampire and you are trying to get more vampires and you're going from house to house on this map trying
Excuse me, are you
to
a vampire?
turn. Yeah, but it's that's based like, excuse me, are you would you like to be a
Are
vampire?
you interested in this blood at all?
Excuse me, sir. Excuse me. You knock on the door of the inn. Excuse me, are there any vampires in here?
Right.
And then you try to recruit the vampires so you could go to war, literally, as it says, Vampire Wars, and you send your troops out to kill other vampires and take their land. It's a unique game. It's it's mostly top down. It's not graphically heavy. It's a graphically light game. But if you're into strategy games and you want something that's a little different than soldiers kind of stuff,
I like
it's a
vampires.
yeah, it's vampires. So there. I
All
don't know.
right. Anything else?
Uh, there's a million Switch games
Right.
as
Shocked.
usual.
Shocked.
Right. I don't think Ultimate Fishing Simulator is as good as the two fishing games that I play.
What about Tank Mechanic Simulator? No.
I think Shipwreck needs to get that to tell us how authentic it is.
Um,
No
it's
tanks.
probably no tanks. No tanks. They got bad dudes and two crude dudes in one pack on Switch.
Ooh.
It's good dude value right there.
Yeah.
Anything else?
No, I think that's all the new releases. It seems like actually there I don't know why it's not on here. It's on here for Xbox One, but I did get I ordered this one, Giraffe and Annika.
What
It-
is that?
Giraffe and Annika.
Okay.
That's the musical mayhem edition too.
It is. Good eye, Wombat.
What is that box? Why does it look like that?
Why? Because it's
Dildo.
like- yeah.
No,
It's
but
the,
why is it square? Aren't Switch boxes taller
it's the
than they are
collector's
wide?
edition. It includes one disc soundtrack, an art book,
Big time over there.
a 3-patch set, and the thing you've been commenting about, the collector's box.
Isn't it just a box?
It's that size to fit the dildo in.
The collector's box. It's a fun little rhythm RPG adventure, starring a cute little
Dildo.
character. I don't know if that's Giraffe or Annika, or it sounds like there's two of them.
Why do you have that?
Because this is exactly the game that goes over in my house.
Okay. How did
All
you?
right.
Did you knew about that?
Yes.
Okay.
I know about, I get emails. I see the ones that are like, "Oh, yes, that's the thing that needs to be here to make my wife and daughter happy.
Oh,
So
I don't get any emails like that at all.
This is why I'm glad my wife does jigsaw puzzles.
Do you get emails about jigsaw puzzles ever?
No, but I honestly wish I did.
Right.
I need to get some emails from the Ooblets people to find out when they're going to finish the game, because my wife has burned through the early access and is running out of areas to explore.
That's funny. Guess she likes it. Okay.
Yeah, Ooblets is good.
Shit,
Ooblets
people
is a
want to
good
know
game.
what kind of beer you're drinking. It's been asked about 500
Dragonfly?
times in the chat. Look, I'm gonna put it on
Wombat
the
has excellent eyes. It is Dragonfly IPA by Upland. They are out of Bloomington, Indiana.
Fantastic, then.
Yeah.
I am having some of Long Island's finest tap water served in an old plastic Mets cup.
I'm drinking Poland Spring. It's coming to me straight from Maine.
What are you, French?
Poland Spring?
Polish?
Polish?
Should we move on to Wombat's fortnightly news?
Yeah.
I mean, there's some big Fortnite news this week. You must be flipping out. Will you even be able to sleep tonight?
Well, it came out today.
Yeah.
And I know because my son woke me up at 7 a.m. by tapping me on the head repeatedly going, "It's time. It's time.
Daddy, load up the iPhone and let's play Fortnite. It's time.
No, we don't. Luckily, we don't play on that.
Nobody does.
But yeah, no, the Marvel season began today on Fortnite.
Are you done?
Huh? I did all the weekly challenges that came out today already.
How many hours did you play today? Real talk.
Let's see, I probably started playing at like 7-ish.
AM?
Yeah, 7 a.m. Like I started play. Let me finish. I started playing like 7:30 in the morning. We left the house to go do. Remember, you saw the pictures at Bayville?
Yeah, amusement park. I've been there a few times. Not my
Yes.
favorite amusement park, but that's okay.
No, it's not. But there's nothing
I
else is
know.
open.
It's here.
Yeah, and so we left there. I think we left the house around 10:30. So 7:30 to 10:30. What is that? 3 hours?
No, I don't know.
Yeah.
I lost my calculator.
I know. I didn't play all of that time though. So let's say 2 hours in the morning.
Okay.
So 2 hours in the morning, and then we came home around 5 o'clock is when we got home, and then there was dinners and baths and cleaning and all that kind of and dog stuff. So I don't know, maybe about 3 hours today at most, 3 to 4.
You finished the whole week's worth of challenges
really
in 3
good.
hours?
Yeah, I had to finish the whole week's of challenges in about 3 to 4 hours. Mm-hmm.
Those challenges
Yeah.
sound too easy.
Some of them are, and I don't mind it. Although you also have to get your system down, like to know what to do and when to do it, and how to do it, and some trial and error there. Like there was one today that was unusually difficult, but once I figured out the trick to getting it done, it took about a half hour when I thought it was going to take me hours. So it's really just figuring it all out. But I already hit level 16 today.
Mazel
Which is
tov.
actually very fast. But the rumor is to max out everything this season, you have to hit level 220. And I capped myself at 175 last season. So I don't know if I'm going to hit 220.
I believe in you, Wombat.
Yeah. Shipwreck's like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
No, it makes no sense to me. Did you
Right.
get your? Did you get any?
I got Thor.
Sorry, there's a mosquito.
That's fun. I got Thor, and I got Thor's cape, and I got Thor's emote, and I got Thor's hammer, and I got the thing where when Thor's coming down off the bus, he can ride the lightning like this. And that's pretty badass. So,
Pretty dope.
yeah, the Thor stuff. I basically unlocked all the Thor stuff. Now I've started the track to get all the She-Hulk stuff.
Godspeed, Wombat.
She-Hulk.
What does she come with? A legal brief or what?
She comes with a judge's gavel as an axe.
Okay.
Yes. You start off as her alter ego, Jennifer Walters. That's her name, I believe. And you start off as her, and you actually have to gain 10 levels before you can have her turn into She-Hulk. You just play as white lady for a while. So and then you get the emote, which then she gets mad and she turns into She-Hulk.
Doesn't she in the comics? Doesn't she just stay as She-Hulk most of the time?
Most of the time, yeah. But
All
they,
right, because I've
yeah.
read some She-Hulk, and I would not know her ethnicity. I guess because she's just always
Well,
green
she's
when I see
Bruce
her.
Banner's cousin, so
I did not know that.
yeah, yeah. You don't know
They
the
just both
origin of
happened.
She-Hulk? She
No, I
was in,
don't. What?
she was in a car accident
Okay.
and needed a blood transfusion. And the only person who
Uh,
could save her was Dr. Bruce Banner, her cousin, who had the same blood type as her.
He's a doctor, didn't he? Wouldn't he know that this is going to cause some sort of
There, what
problem?
he did know. And he's like, but there's no time, and I
Right.
can't let my cousin die.
Again,
And then she became She Hulk, the strongest lawyer in the world.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Should we talk about KiliCon live from Germany?
Yes.
I don't.
Oh, wait, it's also time for this. Wait.
Wait, time for what?
Bottoms up, everybody.
Wait, you're doing your
It's NyQuil time.
NyQuil.
NyQuil, NyQuil. Everyone loves NyQuil.
Nice.
you did a better ad read there, Wombat.
Right.
You mean you didn't know the NyQuil song?
And by NyQuil, you meant tequila, right?
Yep.
Should we talk about the Gamescom live event? Did anybody watch it besides me? No.
I was working.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
I was on a mini golf course.
Mrs. Chibi is on vacation, so I made
All
her-
right, so you were tapped in.
I made Mrs. Chibi watch
Let's
it
hear
with
it.
me.
Let's hear it.
I took notes.
Good.
Okay, the first game they showed was the new Call of Duty game, and they showed the a cutscene with Reagan in it, President Reagan,
I saw that.
Who?
The pictures.
Ronald F. Reagan.
The actor?
Did you watch it at all? I don't. He doesn't particularly sound like Reagan to me, the actor, the voice actor, but I just could be remembering his like a caricature of his voice.
Well, Nancy and I.
Right. That's. I mean, he did really talk like that.
Yeah,
But
he
maybe
did.
this was like they made him a lot younger too in the game. He looks pretty like
So is it supposed to be like 19? I mean, he wasn't that old in 1980, 80,
I mean,
81
was he?
when he
Oh,
took office.
Well, he looked pretty old. I feel.
He
I'm
was,
not sure.
When he left office, he was the oldest president up until that time. But I honestly don't know how old he was when he left office.
Yeah, I feel like he was
Yeah.
already losing it when he left off. While
Well,
he's still
yeah,
in office.
well, that's the controversy. We can talk about that,
I don't think
till
they're going to
cows
talk about
come
that in the
home.
game, probably.
Yeah, how when did he start to go senile? No one
Right.
knows for sure.
That would be cool if that was a major plot point of the game. Like Reagan is losing his marbles, and he sends the black ops guys out on this mission. That's like,
Well, you guys are gonna go down to Guatemala.
and you're gonna fight these windmills. These windmills are really anti-American.
Nancy, where are my windmills?
Yeah, that'd be good. It's probably. I think they're probably going out of their way to not make any political statement.
Which
yes,
is
they're
weird.
making a game about the Cold War without having any.
Yeah.
but they're trying. They're gonna try.
I know they're going to try.
They're
Here's
gonna
the
try
president.
hard.
They're
Here's
gonna
the
try real
president.
hard
No
at it.
politics.
Can you play as Reagan?
That would be awesome.
Probably in the zombies mode, you probably could.
Oh, zombie Reagan.
No, he's gonna shoot the zombies.
Ooh, well, have you seen my leg?
Well, how come he's British now?
That's what I was wondering.
He was
It's
eaten by a
spitting-
British zombie. That's why.
Yeah, she's bitten. Yep, it's Margaret Thatcher. Ooh, I'm really Margaret Thatcher.
Okay. And there's a character who looks like Robert Redford, who, if he was really like scarred up, he's got like 1 million scars all over his face. That's what I took away from the trailer.
So Robert Redford.
But many more scars. many scars. Those are my notes from that game. They didn't show any gameplay, I don't think. Just that. They showed a game called Unknown 9 Awakening, which is it's just a movie. There wasn't any gameplay about some kid with superpowers or something. I couldn't even tell. Then they had some DLC.
Sounds too political.
What's that? Political? Too political. Ancient Gods DLC, Doom. The key to watching these things is to pause it and go to the bathroom very often. So that when you come back, you can fast forward through the boring parts. And you go do like some little chores when you start to get bored. And then you come back and you can just fly through that. So like flew through the Doom stuff. Then they had a BioWare section. I was like, oh, it's Dragon Age, but it looks so like far, far away. Like they're just showing like drawings and stuff. So it's like fucking fast forward past that. Then Christopher Lloyd appeared and started selling Surgeon Simulator 2.
Okay.
How old is Christopher Lloyd right now? Because he's got to be pretty.
He's 307.
Mrs. Chibi pointed out that he pretty much looks the same as in the movie. She's like, that's.
Well, it's because in Back to the Future,
Yeah.
he plays older.
Oh, they put makeup on him?
Yeah, I mean, not even so much Well, that's just it, though. It's like, though, it's really mostly just a wig.
He's 81, by the way.
Yeah, he's not a young man, but
anyway, so they just had basically they had a video of him saying he's Doc Brown came from the future to tell people.
So how old would he have been 35 years ago if he's 81 now? Because that's when Back to the Future came out.
56.
Yeah. So he was only 56 in Back to the Future.
Right. He was playing old.
He was playing old. So now that he's 81, he doesn't look that old because you're used to seeing him old.
So here's my question.
Yes.
So Surgeon Simulator has Christopher Lloyd do this paid promo for their game.
Yes.
But he's
Who does
doing
Surgeon Simulator yet?
What?
Nothing. Go ahead.
But he's doing it as the character from Back to the Future. So do they have to like pay some sort of licensing?
He does it as Doc Brown?
Yeah, he did it as Doc Brown, and they played the music and had like flaming tire tracks before he came in. So they must have had to pay money, right?
Someone, yeah, probably.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, the game looks fun. That's one of the few games that I was like, I'm interested in that. Play that.
Sounds like a Game Pass game to me, but go ahead.
Sure. It's co-op Surgeon Simulator. It's gonna be pretty funny. Bridge Constructor, Walking Dead. Anyone? Salmon. They showed a new Sam and Max game, which is looking like.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Who's making that?
I don't know, but I wrote Sam and Max look old as shit. Like the game. It looks the same graphics as before, but now everything.
Well, I mean, it's an art style, so.
Yeah, but it looked like they didn't update it at all, and low res, I guess, is what I'm gonna guess is what I'm going with.
Huh. I'm curious as to who is actually making that game.
And I didn't think they had much of the game to show. It was just like a screen or something. Then I wrote Jeff is yelling. Jeff was constantly, something kept happening with his sound, his mic level. I think he had his like automatic gain on or something, because he would come back from showing a video and then he's just like, it's so loud. Jeff is so loud. During the whole show, the IGN would pop in every once in a while and give out awards, because I guess there's Gamescom awards, but there's no actual award to give out because everything is just a video of somebody talking. So it's very weird. Like, and the award for best Nintendo game is Little Nightmares 2. And then there's no award presentation. That's it. They just cut, and then they just cut away to like something else. There was some. It's a lot of
this new Sam and Max is a VR game.
It was.
That's what it says.
I didn't even get that at all.
It is.
I mean, I believe you.
Stop.
I'm saying I believe you.
Stop.
Yeah, I'm out.
Then I wrote down, they showed a World of Warcraft expansion, fast forwarded. Then there was a Warhammer Stoneground game that looked like the World of Warcraft expansion, and I fast forwarded that by accident, then just didn't really go back.
Is there anything that you saw that you didn't fast forward through?
Yes. Crash Bandicoot. Jeff got really excited about that. He started yelling again.
4? Crash Bandicoot 4!
He was really excited about that.
Are we on 4 of this? I can't.
Is that the golf game?
Can't keep track.
No. And then I wrote, oh no, we caught up to real time already. Then I couldn't fast forward anymore.
So you didn't fast forward just because Jeff Keighley was yelling about Crash Bandicoot?
I tried to. We ran out of stuff to fast forward. I couldn't fast forward anymore.
Oh.
I caught up
Did
to
they
the real
close
time.
the show on Crash Bandicoot?
What did you find interesting? Just
all
these games you don't care about.
Jeff, I like when Jeff says a boot, because it's cool, because he's Canadian.
Okay.
Not like that. You asked me what I liked. I thought it was interesting. I thought it was interesting how there were a lot of ads during the show, but it's really hard to figure out what's an ad and what's not. Like, is everybody paying to have their game shown? Because it seems like sometimes it's just, there'll be like, obviously they'll show like something for Red Bull. So that's an ad. It's not a video game. But then they'll show like something right after that for a video game that's like a lesser video game. And you'd say, oh, they probably paid to be that. But there's no like, they don't tell you. It's just you have to guess. It was weird. And then what's the difference really? Everything's an ad because it's a trailer.
Yeah.
But it's just some people are paying and some not. Like, I don't know. I guess you don't have to mark things like on Instagram when it's an ad. But anyway, because like they showed something for Hyperzone Squad, Hyperscape.
Scape sounds right.
I wrote Hyperzone Scape. Not helpful, GB. These notes are not helpful.
Oh, the Ubisoft Battle
Right.
Royale?
So that was an ad, obviously, because it was like 30 seconds. But I guess, let's see. What was I? Oh, there's a game called Teardown that I thought looked really cool. It looks a little like Minecraft in that it's like Lego-y, but the graphics are better, and it's more of like an open world. It says it's a heist game, so that the environments are fully destructible, and you're figuring out a way to basically break into buildings and do stuff. It looked cool. The art style looked pretty interesting. It caught my attention. And I'd actually seen a video of it the day before where it had caught my attention. They showed Little Nightmares 2. I had to fast forward that. WWE 2K Battleground, which is a arcade-style wrestling game. They have a lot of classic characters from when I used to watch wrestling, so I was sort of interested. But I got to say that the art style does not do it for me. It looks like I wrote Jerry the King Lawler looks great because he basically did the promo for the game. You know, they had him in a throne. And then I wrote some expense was spared making the game. It looks just like, how can we make a game that
does it look like Rock and Wrestling? Remember that cartoon?
I do remember that cartoon, and I like that cartoon. It doesn't look. I wish it looked like that. It looks like
that should have been the look they went with.
I feel like they went with a look that they could say, "Hey, let's make a game that'll work on phones and consoles." You know what I mean?
I do.
Like it doesn't look like there's any effects.
Shipwreck and I are playing a game like that right now.
It looks like.
Oh, you're looking at it?
Yeah. No, it looks a little bit like the basketball game. The 2K NBA Playgrounds. What is that name of that game?
I guess, but not as quite as eye-catching or appealing. And I feel like everything's on fire too much. Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, okay, if there's like a fire-related wrestling character, okay, he should be on fire. But
like Bam Bam Bigelow. Right,
it would make sense if he was on fire, but maybe not so much Iceman. It's not a wrestler, I know, but I can't think of. You know what I mean? Doesn't everybody does too much fire?
If Iceman was in this game.
I know. I wrote too much fire in my notes, but I would otherwise be interested because I still am interested in like the classic wrestlers, but I don't know. What kind of budget to me? Then they had some more awards. Then they showed Star Wars Squadron, which I thought looked really good. That's the EA. It's basically X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, but with today's technology. And
a budget price.
It looked, I thought, yeah, it's because they're going to, it's basically, I think it's an online only situation, mm-hmm. But I thought it looked really good. And as someone who's played X-Wing versus TIE Fighter when it came out, I was like, wow, this is the modern version. I'm totally down for that. And then they dropped Sims 4 Star Wars.
I saw that.
That looks crazy. And it's the type of thing that you look at and think, how come they haven't been doing this for years? Because they're going to make so much money. Well, because I would imagine that the people who play these Sims games are like the age skews a little older. So you can really hone in on like the nostalgia with like 80s movies. Have you seen a video of this ship at all? It looks
I've seen some of it.
I mean, like if I was playing Sims,
cute.
Yeah, it looks cute and it looks like they put some effort into it and money, and I don't know, if I was a Sims person, I would, even though I feel like we're getting just so much Star Wars, it's almost too much Star Wars, but I don't know. I was surprised that it took so long for this to happen.
But
And
by the way, that WWE Battlegrounds game is by Saber Interactive, the same developer that did NBA 2K Playgrounds.
I'm not surprised. They probably are they owned by 2K?
I don't think so, no.
No.
I think they are their own thing because they've got different studios, but I'm pretty sure that one looks like it was done by the same team. But because Saber Interactive, they did stuff like they did some help on like Crisis, like some of the remasters of Crisis and some of the Halo games.
Right.
So they've had their hand in a bunch of stuff, mainly like remastering games.
I wouldn't be surprised, by the way, if you start seeing now, like Sims Ghostbusters, Sims. Why not?
It just makes sense. Like when you see Fortnite doing it, like
Well,
why?
and the funny thing is, Fortnite's not the first ones to do it.
but they're
Mike's
maybe
been doing it for a while.
they've done it the best probably, and the most prolific. Like they roll out a new one every couple
they
of
roll
weeks.
it out, I'll be honest, because I know a lot of people like to give Fortnite shit because it's popular. So let's
Sure, people enjoy it, so let's shit on it.
Yeah, so let's shit on it. But honestly, I mean, I think they don't half-ass it. They could very easily have just said, yeah, it's a Marvel themed season. You get these Marvel skins, but nothing changes, and here you go. Now you're Thor. Have fun. But you start the game, instead of being on the battle island, you're now on the helicarrier. And you go from the helicarrier, and because Doctor Doom's in it, he took over one of the towns. And he built statues in his images and built this giant garish house. That's Doctor Doom's house. And even inside the house, they put the details. All the pictures, all the paintings in the house are of Doctor Doom and being in silly poses. Like, they put a little bit of effort. There's a little bit of detail. Like, here's a Doctor Doom thing. And if you're a Doctor Doom fan, you're going to find this funny when you're trying not to get shot. But, but that's sort of, it's not nothing. And if EA's going to do that with Star Wars and The Sims, and it's not just a coat of paint, but they're going to put a little bit of effort into it, then what's wrong with that? If so, it's something people want.
Yeah. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
Just to get back to the rest of the games here, they showed a Willem Dafoe game. It's called 12 Minutes, and it's an interactive time loop thriller.
Yep.
And enjoy hearing his voice. It looked pretty cool. Let's see what looks good here that we could talk.
You were like a son to me, Peter.
There is a Lego. They showed Lego Skywalker Saga, Star Wars, more Star Wars.
I'm pretty sure that I'll be playing that.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm sure. There's a Medal of Honor VR game coming out where you're inside a Nazi castle.
I know I will not be playing that.
It looked kind of okay though. And then they finished with Ratchet and Clank, Rift Apart. And they said it's coming out in the launch window of the PS5, whatever that means. What do we define launch window as?
I don't
6
know.
months?
They finished with, and this is the next gen game. This is the one we have.
Yep.
It's Ratchet and Clank.
And it's very difficult to see through like the compression of YouTube or Twitch when you're watching it live. It's very difficult to see any difference between PS4 and PS5 Ratchet, in my opinion. But I have watched clean videos of it. It does look very good. But yeah, what does launch window mean? And all of a sudden, next gen console launch titles looking a little.
We don't even know
again.
when it launches. How do we know when the window is?
Well, we know it's this fall,
November 13th, but we don't know that.
How do you know, Wombat?
Because that's when the Call of Duty for PlayStation 5 and Xbox One X1 X, whatever it's called.
Series X.
Yeah, that's when that comes out.
Okay.
That doesn't mean the consoles are out though. There's been games out before the consoles.
I know. There was another game also that's going to be for the next gen that has a release date of the 13th. So there were two games that said the 13th. So right now the rumored date
I think that's the rumored date for the Xbox though.
Oh.
Because I think I've seen some other announcements where it had that, and then the PlayStation 5 date was like winter. Launch window, I think, goes through end of February.
Sure.
The first quarter of release.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That's reasonable. Anything else in your Wombat's fortnightly news section?
Wombat and I have been playing a game in here.
Oh.
Finally, I've been playing that samurai game that everyone's been talking about.
Really?
Me too.
Oh,
Yes.
great. I'm so happy.
Yep.
How
back
do you
to the-
love Ghosts of Tsushima?
No. I'm going back to the past with Samurai Jack.
Oh, no.
Samurai Jack, Battle Through Time. It's the game where you play as a samurai and you throw ninja stars.
Is it good?
Yeah, it is. It's cute.
It's good, but it's very much an early 2000s.
Yeah, it
video
looks
game.
like it looks like a game. It looks like it should have come in like a retro PlayStation box. But it's you mentioned it before. It looks like about a game that looks like it could be played on an iPhone.
It's an Apple Arcade. It's an Apple
Yeah,
Arcade
this game is already playable on the iPhone. This is a console game that's also an compatible game.
which is fine.
Yeah. I prefer playing it on the console. I think playing it on my phone would probably be a pain in the butt.
Oh, I would think you would want to play it with a controller if you're
Yeah.
playing on Apple Arcade.
Otherwise, it would be impossible. But it's cute. It does its job if you want to play a Samurai Jack game.
Shipwreck, play Ghosts of Tsushima. You have it. What's happening over there?
So this is how far I got.
No, it sounds
I
like
took it out of
not
the
far
wrapper.
enough. Yeah.
I turned on my PlayStation 4.
Uh-huh.
I rebuilt my database on PlayStation 4.
Okay, sure.
Then I downloaded the update for my PlayStation 4. Then that's as far as I got.
So you love it. Game of the year?
Yeah, so far it's doing great. I was trying to remember if I even stuck the disc in yet to do all the updates for the game.
You didn't.
I didn't get that far, but it is unwrapped, and my
Sorry.
PlayStation 4, as of yesterday, is up to date.
Right.
It is probably out of date currently.
By now. Well, I'll be done with it probably by the time you even start it. We're on
Still
Act
playing
3.
every night.
We play every night. Yeah, we really do. And now that when Mrs. Chibi's home, well, she's home anyway, but Mrs. Chibi's not working, we even sneak in some time during the day. So we're on Act
Ooh,
3.
A little afternoon delight, huh?
Yeah, basically. I think we only have 2 or 3 main missions left, but it's one of those games that you could make that last a long time if you want to collect
Think about
everything.
baseball.
Yes, think about baseball. It's so good. Anyway, that's it for Wombat's fortnightly news. Let's move on to Nintendo. Oh, is this the game that Shipwreck is going to bore us with now?
Yeah, this is the one that we teased earlier.
Well, I like pizza.
Is that really the name of the game?
The name of the game is Good Pizza, Great Pizza.
I like pizza, so I'm interested. I'm listening.
Yeah, so
I like both good and great pizza. I'm not gonna
Good.
lie.
Good. So it's one of these games where you're running a pizzeria and customers are coming up and saying, "Hey, I want a pizza," and you make the pizza for them.
So like Overcooked.
No, not as action packed. Like it's more of a the people come up and they give you their orders, but they're not always that clear as to what they are. Like it's like
Give me a pizza with that vegetable. It's
Right.
green.
exactly that type of stuff. So it's got that type of thing, and you can either like go with it, or because the clock is running down, and you can
Okay.
like go like, okay, I think I got what you're asking for, or there's just a button that's just like what to get them to like say like some more hints about what the pizza is.
Everybody high or something like.
A
"Hey,
little
man,
bit. Some
give me,
guy
like-"
some guy came in and ordered a cheese pizza cut in half. Is that a thing that people do? Just like
Yeah,
just
sure.
cut this pizza just one time down the middle.
I could see like some old lady doing that.
What are you doing? What are you doing with a
I
pizza?
only want
that's just
2
cut
slices, 2 giant slices.
once? Giant
That's how I eat my pizza.
You roll it up. Woof.
We call it in New York. It's called tube style.
Okay, that's good. If somebody asks me tube style now, if they come in, then
Right,
I
you
know
know.
what they're talking about.
Yeah. Well, can I get a tube style?
Right.
You gotta say it like that.
Oh.
Hey, Hey, yo, can I get a doob?
So,
Hey, yo, I got a doob with the pepperoni on it, a little doob. You know, the doob.
yeah,
Yeah, like that.
I got it.
So this is
What?
good. It's as good
You
as
got to get the
Overcooked. It's
doob.
not as good as Overcooked.
No, it's not. It's not really as good as Overcooked. It is a very relaxing game, but at the same time, the controls are just. I think they're designed to be slightly like mixed up in your head a little bit, like because like the buttons to like select around the ingredients, you use the right thumbstick, which is weird to like move around a menu type thing.
Right.
But then it's also on the right bumper to like move it on to the next part of making a pizza. So you screw up making pizzas and you feel like an idiot then. But
I don't want to feel
good
like an
pizza,
idiot.
great pizza. Okay,
It's a-
game.
It's a pizza.
Sounds good. Let's move on to the Apple Orchard really quickly, just to update everybody on the Epic versus Apple situation. So it looks like Apple's not going to be able to kick Unreal Engine off the store, but should have no problem kicking Fortnite off the store or any Epic game they want off the store. Sounds like.
That's what kind of looks like from the initial ruling, which is not that surprising of a ruling.
Common sense.
Yeah,
most
yeah.
part.
The taking the Unreal ball and going home was that was very much a don't mess with us move, like that they knew wasn't going to stand up, right?
Right. They were just like, look what we could do if we really wanted to fuck with you.
Right.
So you should have really thought this over, guys, maybe a little.
Maybe not make a whole DLC content for your game based around this lawsuit next time.
Right.
I didn't even get that stupid skin yet.
Your Tim Apple skin?
Yeah. They
Are you
said
gonna-
by end of week, so I
are you
better
gonna
get it
wear that?
tomorrow.
Are you going to sue them?
I'm going to sue them for breach of contract.
Yeah, I don't know what they
I don't think I would wear it over Thor, but the problem is because the new season pass came out today, there's 99 Thors running around the battlefield.
Is that fun?
It is kind of silly. I mean, it's fun in the sense that, hey, look at me, I'm Thor. But then it's like, hey, look, that guy's also
Look
Thor.
at that guy. He's Thor too.
He's Thor too.
Hey, you're Thor.
I thought I was
Hey.
Thor.
Right.
Just 99 Thors jumping out of a
I
helicopter.
paid $20 to be Thor. I didn't know there's going to be all these other Thors here.
$20? Why would you pay double for a
no,
season pass?
I don't know what the fuck it costs. Don't all the skins cost $20?
No, the season pass costs $9.
But what if you want to buy the skins, though?
The skins come with it. The Thor skin comes with the season
Oh,
pass.
but what about the She-Hulk skin?
Part of the season pass.
What's not part of the season pass?
The only one that's rumored to be for sale that's not part of the season pass is Silver Surfer, supposed to be coming out. Yeah. But if you hit level 100,
He's the one the kids are looking for.
Yeah, why
They
that
would've-
and not
they would have paid
Spider-Man or
Silver
something?
Surfer.
the rumor is if you hit level 100, you will, for your $9, you get Thor, She-Hulk, Wolverine.
That's too cheap. That's way too cheap.
Doctor Doom, Iron Man,
Really?
and Storm, and I feel like I'm missing one.
That sounds way too cheap for
Oh,
something,
Mystique.
something as big as the Marvel properties.
Yeah, you get minimum 7 skins.
'Cause I know, like-
level 100.
But
And
when
those skins all have alts that go with them.
they
Like
sell
I already
those,
unlocked the alt Thor skin, which is kind of cool.
they sell other skins though for like $15-$20 though.
I know, it's stupid. Why would you buy a skin when you could just get the season pass?
I'm surprised that there's so much.
I have a ton of skins because I've done 3 seasons. I have
I'm
like
shocked
60
that it's so
skins.
cheap and you get so much. To be honest, you don't get that much with the Call of Duty Battle Pass. I don't
No,
get
and they give
anything.
you enough time to get them all too, which Call of Duty does not do.
I never get anything in Call of Duty.
Because those season passes are like 30 days, and this one is 90 days. So
I'm sold on this Battle Pass.
I'm
of a game I
telling
don't
you,
play.
you know what?
Right.
You and Ty would probably have fun doing it together.
Oh, screw him.
I just
Wow.
feel like so once the next thing comes out after the Marvel one. Do
I
you
think the
use
next one-
Marvel skins still then, or are you
They
just
could
like
still
okay, well those are just over here in my virtual closet. because there's
Yeah,
this
no,
new
I
stuff.
like to change. After a while, you change it up. You want to wear something different.
I would be shocked if they don't try to sell you like Spider-Man for $20. Like that
I
seems
wouldn't be surprised if Spider-Man comes out for sale. Yeah,
that would
sure.
be crazy. Like to not do that because I know they sell the Major Laser skin for $20, and like
Yeah,
that's not
Spider-Man could be his own season.
that would be awesome. I'm in for Spider-Man season.
Right. I feel like they could separate that one out into its own thing.
I think they may actually do a DC season after the Marvel season.
Well, haven't they already shown some more DC stuff?
Yeah, the Joker comes out as part of the holiday pack. Joker and
Right.
Poison Ivy are in the holiday pack. So that's usually like it could be a sign that that when this season ends in November, they go straight to DC. And it's like, oh yeah, Superman and Green Lantern carrying machine guns.
as they do.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's move on to the CAG bag. It's very late, Wombat, and it's 79 degrees in here. Fantastic.
Told you.
At Darwin Loves Devo writes in and asks if anyone's pre-ordering the Commodore 64 system. It has a working keyboard, preloaded games, and you can load games via USB. Shipwreck, are you listening? Do you have a Commodore 64?
Do I have it? I have a VIC 20.
That is not a Commodore 64.
It's not a Commodore 64.
That's a poor man's Commodore 64. You're not a poor man. That's a poor ghost's console right there. That's what the Crow plays.
It was VIC 20.
Yeah.
I didn't they already make a C64 Mini? Wasn't that a thing that they already put out?
I don't know, but it should cost $64, and if it doesn't, then fuck it.
It's $64.
It's
how
not.
much this is?
It's like 130.
It'll be 64 soon.
Eventually, somewhere. Was that a yes or no?
Mm-mm.
You'd rather just have a real one. You want a real one if you're gonna get one. You're not gonna.
Yeah, and I don't have the pre-built nostalgia for C64.
Oh, okay.
I didn't grow up with a Commodore 64. I
Look at this
my
young guy
computers-
over here, everybody.
I'm not 48 years old.
Either am I, motherfucker.
It slightly predates me, the Commodore 64.
You're lost. You didn't get to sit in that room watching the games load off a cassette tape or floppy disk and take like a half an hour.
Yeah, I had an Apple II was my computer, so
Pretty sweet solution. Let's see. Hold on. There was a good question right here. From Mega Man 1421. He says, how do you guys feel about the growing use of actors in video games like Death Stranding, Far Cry 6? I like it. Of course, I like it.
Sure,
Good quality.
why not? Whatever.
Don't we want good quality voice work?
Yeah. Why not?
Willem Dafoe. Don't you want Willem Dafoe in all your games?
I find it a little distracting.
Willem Dafoe narrating a game?
If they're on screen as their
No.
as their likeness.
Okay. He's not in that game.
Okay,
but
yeah, like voice acting, sure, but I do find it distracting if it's a real person in the video game that's like a famous actor.
how about Guillermo del Toro in a game like Death Stranding? That was pretty distracting.
They're all really distracting in the Death Stranding. Like I didn't play that game, but the clips that I see, I'm like, oh, that would totally break character for this game.
The holograms, communications,
The Conan O'Brien, yes,
and horrible overacting in all of them.
yeah. So
What about John
get
Wynn?
there, but
How was
I
his
think part of
performance?
it too is just like it looks like them, but it's still off. So if it's somebody that I don't know, it's not quite as off in a video game.
I hear you. What about as Bob Ross points out? Did I ruin Saints Row for you by being in the game?
Well, I don't have that problem anymore.
Right. That was solved for me.
Right. Well, nobody bought that. Oh, nice Alf avatar, Bob Ross. I approve. Is that it?
I
I think
maybe.
that's it. It's late.
I'm okay with that.
How are you feeling, Wombat? Has the NyQuil kicked in yet?
I need to go to
Are you
bed.
seeing any colors or anything?
No.
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 All right.
No.
All right. Well, That's it. Let's wrap it up then, Wombat. Let's remind everybody to go to HelloFresh.com/80CAGcast and use code 80CAGcast to get a total of $80 off your first box. And let's remind everybody to follow us on Twitter at GPD, at New Wombat, at Shipwreck, at Video Game. No, not at. It is at Shipwreck. At Video Game Deals. I'm trying to multitask while there's a lot going on here. What else do we need to plug? Anything? Wombat's new Game Pass podcast.
You already paid for it.
You already paid. That's a good idea.
The Fort Lauderdale swap shop.
That's a good thing. All right.
Yeah, gotta get out there.
We're gonna raid Game Attack Team after this. As soon as Wombat wraps it up.
Bread's done.